Hesi A2 Biology Practice Test 2025. Question 1. Which of the following correctly orders the levels of biological organization from smallest to largest? Tissue cell organ system. Cell tissue organ system. Organ system tissue cell. System organ tissue cell. Hierarchy, cell tissue organ system organism. Other options reverse or scramble the correct order. Question 2. The pigment molecule that directly captures light energy in photosynthesis is located in the thylakoid membrane and is called what? Carotenoid. Chlorophyll A, xanthophyll. Phycobilin. Chlorophyll A is the primary photosynthetic pigment in thylakoid membranes. Carotenoids and xanthophylls are accessory pigments, phycobilins in red algae. Question 3. Which process results in the formation of a complementary DNA strand from an RNA template, a process used by retroviruses? Transcription. Translation. Reverse transcription. Replication. Reverse transcription, by reverse transcriptase, makes DNA from RNA, used by retroviruses like HIV. Transcription makes RNA from DNA, translation makes protein. Question 4. A cell in the G0 phase of the cell cycle has done what? Replicated its DNA. Exited the cell cycle and stopped dividing. Completed mitosis. Entered prophase. G0 is a quiescent phase where cells exit the cycle and stop dividing, e.g., neurons. G1/S/G2 are active cycle phases. Question 5. Which of the following is a function of the nucleolus? Synthesizing ADP. Producing ribosomal RNA and assembling ribosomes. Packaging proteins. Digesting foreign bacteria. Nucleolus produces rRNA and assembles ribosomal subunits. ADP synthesis occurs in mitochondria, protein packaging in Golgi, digestion in lysosomes. Question 6. If an enzyme is denatured by high temperature, what specifically is disrupted? Amino acid sequence. Hydrogen and disulfide bonds maintaining shape. Peptide bonds. The active sites charge only. Denaturation disrupts non-covalent bonds, hydrogen, disulfide, hydrophobic, that maintain tertiary/quaternary structure, not peptide bonds, primary structure. Question 7. The term selectively permeable means that a membrane allows what? All substances to pass freely. No substances to pass. Only water to pass. Some substances to pass while restricting others. Selectively permeable membranes allow certain molecules, e.g., small nonpolar, to pass but restrict others, ions, large polar. Question 8. Which organelle is found in animal cells but not in plant cells? Cell wall. Chloroplast. Centriole. Large central vacuole. Centrioles organize spindle fibers in animal cells, plant cells lack them. Cell wall, chloroplast, large vacuole are plant-specific. Question 9. A cross between a true-breeding red flower and a true-breeding white flower produces all pink offspring. This is an example of what? Complete dominance. Codominance. Incomplete dominance. Epistasis. Incomplete dominance produces intermediate phenotype, pink. Complete dominance gives red or white, codominance shows both, epistasis involves multiple genes. Question 10. Which cellular process directly uses oxygen as the final electron acceptor to form water? Glycolysis. Krebs cycle. Electron transport chain. Fermentation. Electron transport chain uses O2 as final electron acceptor forming water. Glycolysis and Krebs cycle are anaerobic, fermentation is anaerobic. Question 11. The backbone of a DNA molecule consists of alternating what two components? Nitrogen bases and hydrogen bonds. Deoxyribose sugar and phosphate groups. Ribose sugar and nitrogen bases. Amino acids and phosphate groups. DNA backbone equals alternating deoxyribose sugar and phosphate. Nitrogen bases project inward, hydrogen bonds hold strands together. Question 12. Which of the following is not a stage of mitosis? Interphase. Prophase. Metaphase. Telophase. Interphase is not part of mitosis, it includes G1, S, G2. Mitosis stages: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Question 13. The theory that all cellular functions occur within the semi-fluid substance inside the cell membrane is referring to what? Cytoplasm. Nucleoplasm. Stroma. Matrix. Cytoplasm is the semi-fluid matrix where many cellular functions occur. Nucleoplasm is inside nucleus, stroma in chloroplasts, matrix in mitochondria. Question 14. A child inherits a mitochondrial disease from his mother. This is because mitochondrial DNA is inherited how? From both parents equally. Only from the father. Only from the mother. Randomly from either parent. Mitochondrial DNA is maternally inherited because egg contributes mitochondria, sperm does not. Nuclear DNA is biparental. Question 15. Which of the following is a function of the rough endoplasmic reticulum? Lipid synthesis. Synthesis of proteins destined for secretion. Detoxification of poisons. Breakdown of glucose. Rough ER synthesizes secretory and membrane proteins via ribosomes. Lipid synthesis and detox equals smooth ER, glucose breakdown equals cytoplasm/mitochondria. Question 16. The anticodon region of a tRNA molecule binds complementary to which part of the mRNA? Promoter. Codon. Exon. Intron. Anticodon pairs with complementary codon on mRNA during translation. Promoter is DNA, exons/introns are pre-mRNA sequences. Question 17. What is the primary function of the ribosome? Store genetic information. Synthesize polypeptides, proteins. Replicate DNA. Modify proteins. Ribosomes translate mRNA into polypeptide chains. DNA stores info, DNA polymerase replicates DNA, Golgi modifies proteins. Question 18. In a chemical reaction catalyzed by an enzyme, the molecule that binds to the active site is called the what? Product. Coenzyme. Substrate. Inhibitor. Substrate binds enzyme's active site. Product is released, coenzyme assists catalysis, inhibitor blocks binding. Question 19. Which component of the cytoskeleton is made of actin and functions in cell movement and muscle contraction? Microtubules. Intermediate filaments. Microfilaments. Centrioles. Microfilaments, actin filaments, enable cell movement, contraction, and shape changes. Microtubules transport, intermediate filaments provide strength, centrioles organize MTs. Question 20. The movement of oxygen from the alveoli into the pulmonary capillary blood occurs primarily by which transport mechanism? Active transport. Facilitated diffusion. Simple diffusion. Endocytosis. Oxygen is nonpolar and small, diffuses directly across membranes, simple diffusion. Active transport requires ADP, facilitated needs carriers, endocytosis engulfs.